What's up, douches? I told you the Tates copy me, even when they're getting arrested for wearing shirts like me. Who gives a shit? Went to visit my family today. I got back a long time ago. I've just been playing Masters of Orion. Nothing major happened. I went to see my dad. He watched Trolls. I think it reminds him of. I think he saw Trolls in the theater with my sister and my mom. The first time I've ever seen Trolls, or a movie in the past like 10 years, to be quite honest. And as soon as I saw, Trolls 2 World Tour, as soon as I saw Trolls 2 World Tour, I realized how idiotic and childlike Horfany and all her stupid little friends are. That's my that's my children making music. You fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Not is that my child getting straight A's? Is that my child winning something in sports? No. Is that my child doing something that's going to put them in a cult where they can be controlled by these satanic assholes for the rest of their life? It's not even real music. And then before I left, I put in Trolls 1 for him, and that was from 2017. All the fucking symbolism and shit like that basically says we didn't mean to lose even though we rigged the election. So now, like in 2017, like you guys remember, like I think the last movie I saw in theater was World of Warcraft, and I remember that World of Warcraft. They were talking about how Blizzard, before they got CCP'd, had like invented new like camera ways of capturing facial features because there hadn't been enough technology yet for animation to capture human features, and they wanted to show the human features of the orcs. Humane, whatever. Human-like. Humanoid. That was 2015, 2016, 2014, something like that. World of Warcraft movie came out. Then Trump wins the election, and all these movies, even now, they're shitty CGI. Everything computerized has been shitted on because they needed to make up the loss somewhere, and they're just basically feeding you slop and you're buying it still because you're an NPC. I see why I see why Thomas Sowell does not like hood culture. When I was younger, I tried to be like extra. I don't even, like I don't. I try to do nothing now. I try to be left alone. When I was younger, I tried to like prove to everyone I belonged more than they did, and blah 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 blah. But I don't even give a shit now. Anyways, so then my mom decided to ask me questions about Horfany, and I have come to the conclusion that she's just crazy. She actually wrote my mom a letter trying to accuse me of ruining Horfany's career when she did it herself. If you would have not bothered me, you would still be doing whatever the fuck you want to do, but something tells me that you're in debt to everyone, so you needed to steal my money, and then you actually thought I gave a fuck more about the money than about you. You're so jaded and from such a prostitute line of work that you were like, shit, he's mad at me that I owe him money. I will sell my body to other people, and that way I will pay him back. I call what you did prostitution. So I don't want you in my life. The fact that you feel it obligated to write my mom and complain about all that bullshit is bullshit. If you had anything worth standing on, you would be talking to the police. I didn't talk to my mom when you did this bullshit. I didn't talk to your dad when you did this bullshit. I didn't talk to Cernovich and ask him a million questions. I got the feds involved, like ASAP. I told you before you even got the money that I already have the feds prepped and ready, and if things don't go the way exactly as you say, you're going to get in trouble. She doesn't care that she stole the money. She doesn't care that she only had access to the money because and this is in the FBI report, she claimed she was going to help get my dad's stroke recovery. Help. Because she was trying to say, oh, we could start a life together. And I was like, well, I don't need to invest with you to start a life together. I can just start my own life. She was like, no, I swear, I'll help you get your father stem cell medicine. And I was like, I don't believe you, but if you were to say that and then lie on top of that, that would be like triple extra douchey. Like you deserved a rotten hell for that one alone. And after you got the money, you tried to dictate terms to me, faked being pregnant, which was retarded. I already hadn't seen you for like a month at that point. Then you try to do your shitty collaborations. Then you ran away to Korea. Then your dad and that stupid decrepit whore Hyani Pick pimped you out. You had already stolen the money and refused to return it, and you tried to steal more. That also got reported. Then a day after, she was telling me that crypto's untraceable and there's nothing I can do about it, and if I could, she wouldn't care anyways. The feds followed her to Korea and interviewed her, and she ran from Sam shit to New York to try to like have me play racing games, and I dumped her ass because some things you have to do in person, like dumping them. You're dumped over a text isn't enough. Call me old-fashioned. Okay, I dumped her in person. Then she swore she was going to explain everything, and she never did. What she did do was hide and try to blame everyone else for her bullshit, and then yelled at my parents, who don't really give a shit about her because the whole reason that all this shit is going on is because she stole my money. And she only had access to steal the money because she said she was going to help my dad out in stroke recovery. In what fucking way does you being in a fucking music video with some douchebag wannabe rappers who I don't think are cool? I think they're like Trolls 2, the world tour. I think they're like that. I think they grew up like spitting and freaking out. I think they're like the leftovers of wokeism from 12 years ago. I think if they were, look, rap was cool because in the 80s and early 90s, you actually had to work for shit. And rap was original back then. Then the original rappers got killed and everyone sold out. That's why it's not cool. Eminem's not cool. Eminem's a fucking loser. Eminem's probably the biggest sellout of them all. Anyways. I liked Eminem when he did Infinite, and then I heard nothing from him for like 4 years, and then Slim Shady came out, and I was like, I'll listen to it every now and then. I like the song with Jay-Z, but that's about it. Anyways, Stephanie, you can't be in my family because you stole from my family, and then after you stole from my family, your version of making things right was whoring yourself out to a bunch of beta males, and your dad and Shawnee Pick and whatever the fuck, who gives a shit? Like, this is beyond like you needing to learn a lesson. I think you deserve to be behind bars, but they will not spend taxpayer money on that. Whatever crazy thing in your head is making you write to my parents and my sister on Facebook and shit like that, that is all the time you should be preparing for your next role. Why did you steal my money and go pimp yourself out to a bunch of losers in Korea? Because you thought you were going to get some kind of an award. Go get your fucking award. I don't need you in my life. You're a smut actress. I will not have a smut actress. You can return the money. If you really want to talk to my mom, that's up to her. She'll probably chew you out. I do not need a smut actress in my life. I don't. I think Wendy is a robot. It's basically been proven that Jeff Bezos is fucking a sex bot. Um, but that's how realistic they look now. So if I think Wendy fell and died in 2018 and they replaced her with a robot, that's totally irrelevant because I can prove beyond a shadow of reasonable doubt that Horfany stole money from a child and her big plan was to be in a rap video and then be in some smut movies. Not movie, she was going to do more. Probably because at the time I told her how much money I was making and she didn't make anywhere near that and she had to make more money and she had to do more parts. Then go do your parts. I don't need you. If you return the money, I will not sue you. I don't want you in my life. Okay? If you want to yell at my mom, that's up to my mom. I don't give a fuck. I will not have you in my life because of what you did. I forgive you, all the best, whatever the fuck you want to hear, but forgiving you doesn't mean you can come back into my life. You decided to go be a smut actress. Congratulations. I do not want a smut actress in my life. Okay? I do not. I did not want you in my life at all because you failed every single opportunity you had, even in 2022. And then you demanded a chance to make everything right because you were going to show me some Joseon trick that you had because you're some fancy ass bitch, but you needed my money for it, and then you were going to get my dad's stem cells. And instead of doing that, you collaborated with a bunch of losers and did some smut scenes. If you don't understand how you did it to yourself, you're fucking retarded.